Parliament of Uganda has almost 529 representatives, making it one of the biggest legislative arms of any government on the African continent. Last week, while officiating at the launch of the housing units for police officers in Naguru, the Minister for Internal Affairs, Major General Kahinda Otafiire, urged government to consider reducing on the size of Parliament.
We have a Parliament which is bigger than the size of the Parliament of Britain. Did you know that? Our Parliament is the size of the Parliament of Britain. Britain's economy is 200 times the size of Uganda's economy.
According to Otafiire, Uganda's parliament is enormous for nothing, an issue he says burdens the ordinary taxpayer.
Can Uganda have a parliament the size of the British Parliament? And you don't have enough policemen. The other day I was telling somebody that I was at a wedding and I was telling them that I don't come to parliament because I used to talk for 15 minutes. Now I have to compete for 3. Because there are so many, they are only allocated 3 minutes. What do you say in 3 minutes?
Today, some members of the August House have reacted to the minister's remarks in a positive way. According to the legislators, government is spending lots of funds to run the institution at the expense of many Ugandans.
We need to look into the number of MPs for the special interest groups. Look at UPDF. It is on the statistics. They tell us we have 40,000 military men within the country. But the 40,000 people have got 10 MPs. Look at such a budget and how taxpayers' money is being spent. We have the people with the disabilities, we have the youth, we have the elderly. All those positions are vague and cannot comply to any development into the country.
But I agree with him in principle that we need to reduce the number of constituencies, we need to reduce the number of ministers, and we get ministers that we really see are wasted and worn out. We retire them. We abolish those ministries. We abolish certain constituencies. And we go back to the originals because the cost of public administration, genuinely speaking, is too much, is too high for a country as small and impoverished as ours.
I am in total agreement with the Honorable General Otafiire that we need to cut on the cost of government. This money would be taken to other productive ideas, other productive ventures. We need medicine in the hospitals, we need good roads, we need to pay our teachers, we need to pay our doctors.
According to the MPs, other government ministries and agencies also need to be reshuffled.
There is much need to look into the number of ministers because it is these ministers that have heightened the budget and have consumed the taxpayers' money, whereby even there would be one department has become a ministry. You can find one ministry holding positions of 5 MPs and ministers, and each of them has a convoy of vehicles, has the secretary, has all the emoluments and the facilitation into that respective ministry. For instance, agriculture, much as it is a backbone of Uganda's economy, but you find 5 big persons within the same office with bigger budgets and bigger expenses.
I think we should talk about government rationalizing the whole public expenditure, not particularly for parliament. It is just government to rationalize the expenditure and rethink about the reprioritizing resources to the right areas. If we think security is the most vital thing, then that's why we should redirect resources.
More than 500 members of parliament is a big parliament. That's the reality. On him thinking about or talking about reducing the parliament, he can actually do us a favor to remove himself first. On him talking about members who do not come to parliament, members who do not debate in parliament, he's one of them. How many times have you seen him since this parliament began? How many times have you heard his voice on the floor of parliament since the parliament began? He's one of those people, and he can just do us that favor to remove himself first, and then we can go to the others, or devising which means to reduce the parliament.
We have very many districts. We have the RDCs, we have the deputy RDCs, we have the presidential advisors, whom the president is actually advising. We have a huge government, not only parliament, including parliament. You can see we have 529 members of parliament, some of whom can be here finish 5 years when they have not mentioned a word in that parliament.
Additionally, they say that many counties created for political reasons often end up having a huge parliament. On top of having huge parliament, Uganda legislators are believed to be earning very high salaries than those in EU states. The file was compiled by Sarah Nakandi for CTV PM Edition.